Rather than setting up a sequel, the post-credit message in Drop is much more important for audience members to read. The Hitchcockian thriller Drop is a master of suspense, mystery, and thrills. The movie stars Megan Fahey as a widowed single mother who's going out on her first date since losing her husband. She shows up at a restaurant intending to have a meal with a kind man named Henry, but she gets blackmailed by a mysterious figure dropping her messages with instructions to kill her date. The thriller leads up to Drop's action-packed ending. Despite kitschy marketing and trailers, Drop hit movie theaters for early showings on April 9th and wide release on April 11th, garnering praise from both audiences and critics. The success can largely be attributed to the movie's terrifying realism. Many aspects of the storyline, such as Violet's domestic violence background, are so grounded in reality that they could easily impact someone going through a similar situation. For this reason, I appreciate that Drop took the time to send an important message at the end of the credits instead of setting up a sequel. Drop's credits end with information for the domestic violence hotline. The creative team behind Drop paid attention to the movie's potential impact. Halfway through Drop, Violet pulls up the hotline.org in an attempt to get help with the blackmail situation. This shows the real domestic violence website and its chat feature. Then, in place of a post-credit scene, Drop made the decision to include the domestic violence hotline and website on screen. This choice continues a trend of movies giving more consideration to the heavy topic matter and its effect on viewers. Movies such as Blink Twice and The Woman in the Yard have chosen to include resources and hotlines to help audience members who might be in dangerous situations. Since the entire murder plot in the high-stakes thriller centers on a political conspiracy, there's no doubt that Drop could have set up a sequel in a mid-credits or post-credits scene. Henry likely has more people angry at him and want him dead because of what he exposed. There's no doubt in my mind that the story isn't over. However, their decision to include the domestic violence hotline is much more important because the abuse themes are heavy throughout Drop. The movie opens with a flashback of a domestic violence situation between Blake, Violet, and Toby, which is revisited multiple times. Violet specializes in providing mental health care to survivors because of her experience with physical, mental, and emotional violence. Both Violet and Henry discuss being victims of abuse during their dinner date. If anyone in the audience relates to these characters or is experiencing other forms of domestic violence, they could need those resources. The information could save a life, and I respect Drop more for the post-credits message.